You're right, everybody. Shock16 back once again for the Renegade Master. Back once again with another video at dodgy angles because I am recording on the phone again. You know, convenience. Still haven't charged them camera batteries. Anyway, yes, I have been tagged. Another tag video. This time I've been tagged by Interghost Adam. Yes, he started a brand new tag video called the original tag or his original tag or something like that. And the reason why he's called it that is because this is all about showing your originals of things. So yeah, none of this stuff that you've bought back in recent years or out like that. Yeah, stuff that you've still got that is your original. So yeah, it's 10 things. He just wants you to show 10 different things. So yeah, this is an open tag. If you want to get involved, get involved. I will tag at least one other person at the end of the video to at least try and keep the ball rolling on the tags. Because, you know, that's how it works, isn't it? But yeah, because this is a thing about originals, this might be a tag video that's a little bit harder to just respond to than your normal kind of 10 questions video. So yeah, totally understand if you can't get involved, but if you can get involved, then get involved in it. So yeah, so I found this very hard, but as I was tagged, I thought I should at least try to do a decent-ish response. So I've dug a few things out and I've kind of winged and cheated a bit on some of the questions, but yeah, hopefully I've got enough to at least do a decent-ish response. And the reason why I find this really hard to do was because I refer to it all the time, and that's the big move. In the year 2000, we moved from our family home. And yeah, my family home is where I grew up, like from a little kid all the way up till I was 18. And then, like I say, we moved in the year 2000, but literally nothing went with me. A few straggly bits went with me that still survived the big move, but everything else I've got sold, left behind, given to people or whatever. So yeah, a lot of my original stuff I haven't got. So yeah, believe me, this was hard to do. So like I say, I've kind of winged it in a way. Right, so anyway, let's crack on anyway. Number one is an action figure. So this is the one that I can't actually show you. I can show you a picture of it. So yeah, everything that did survive the big move that I have still got original will be at my mum and dad's house. So if I could get out and go to my mum and dad's house, which I would normally do before making a response to a tag like this, I would normally go to my mum and dad's house, route through their loft and get it out so I could film it or at least photograph it or something like that. But of course, with the current state of the world at the minute, it's not possible to just nip to my mum and dad's house and go rooting through the loft. So you'll have to take my word for it. So yeah, all my action figures, like everything else, went. So action figure is one of those things that I could show you if I had access to the loft, which I don't. But one of the things that I still got, and I only know that I've got this recently as well. There might be other stuff that has survived, but one thing that I do know survived, and I know this because when I was doing my early internet memories video, I was up in the loft rooting around for my old PC box and stuff like that, and this is one of the things that I came across, and it is a foot soldier from the 1980s turtle line. So yeah, one Christmas I just got a shitload of turtle figures and stuff like that, and I got a load of foot soldiers. And yeah, the foot soldier seems to be, anyway, like I say, without going up in the loft, is the only thing that I know that I've still got that has survived. So there, that made the move somehow. And my phone keeps slipping down towards me, so if you see me keep adjusting the camera, that's why, because the phone keeps slipping. I've got nothing to hold it up with. So anyway, yeah, that's number one anyway. So I do have a foot soldier still, but I just cannot actually show you footage of it because I don't have it with me. Now, number two is a soft toy or plushie or like a teddy or something like that you've got from childhood. And again, if I could get up into the loft, I've no doubt that there will be a soft cuddly toy or plush or like an old teddy bear or something like I had when I was a kid that would still be up there. But without access, I'm going to have to wing this one. and show you this. And that is my Yoshi plushie. So I have had this guy around 12 years now. So that's more than a decade. So that's, yeah, so that's long enough, isn't it? I mean, I've had it more than a decade. So yeah, about 12 years ago, I went down to the seaside, went to like a little seaside resort with an ex-girlfriend of mine, and yeah, we saw these, and basically I put a quid in, and I got this out on a grabber machine with with my first pound coin. I put it in, got it out first go, and I think it was only like 30p a go, so I still had like 3 other goes left. And so yeah, but I got it out on my first turn, and yeah, it made my girlfriend at the time well jealous because she was after one of these all weekend and didn't get one, and I got one on my first go. So there you go. And yeah, so it's original, and I've had it for more than, yeah, for more than 10 years. I've had it, like I said, I've had it about 12 years now, so awesome stuff. So yeah, I've had to try and wing it. It's not something from childhood, but it is something that I've had a long time now, so it counts, don't it? Like I said, if I could get in the loft, I could probably show you something older from like at least the 90s or something. Number 3 is a cassette game. Now this one, I have to, yeah, just skip altogether. I'm sorry, Ghost, but I never owned a system that had cassette games. My earliest console was an Atari 2600, which was cartridges, and then I went straight to the Atari ST, which was blue floppy disks. Do you call them floppy disks, hard disks, or whatever you call them? So yeah, even if I had my original stuff, I still wouldn't be able to show you a cassette game because I never had anything like a Commodore 64 or a ZX Spectrum or like that. Never had any of those kind of consoles. So I'm sorry, mate. But yeah, like I say, even if I had my original stuff, I still wouldn't be able to show you anything for that one. So sorry, gonna have to pass that up. The next one, however, number 4, that is a cartridge game. So I can show you because I've got one of my original games still, and it's the only game that survived, and that is Starwing. So yeah, cartridge only. Now the story behind this is I have 3 copies of this game, and the reason behind that is I have 2 cartridge only copies and 1 box copy. So yeah, when I first started buying back my stuff in like 2008, 2009 or something like that, I bought back a Super Nintendo. It was the first console I bought back, but when I bought it back, it was the Street Fighter 2 pack, which is the pack that I didn't have as a kid, but it's still very nostalgic to me. And like I say, this was like when you could still pick up box consoles for like cheap on eBay. So yeah, I just picked it up, and then I bought, well, I didn't buy actually, that console came with a box copy of Starwing. Now, in the day, I had the Starwing pack. So this game came packed in with the Starwing console, and that's why it doesn't have a box. And that's why, as well, it's the only game to survive. Because, yeah, I borrowed my Super Nintendo to a friend with a load of games, and I never got it back. Mainly my fault because I never asked for it back, and then I moved, and then he moved, and we didn't really talk since. I think it took like another 15 years later before we reunited, and I asked him about it, and he was like, "No, mate, sorry, mate, but that console was well gone." But yeah, but because I didn't have this Super Nintendo at the time, like of moving, then I sold all my other games and stuff like that. But yeah, because this one didn't have a box, this one never got sold. I didn't sell it, so I kept it because it was cartridge only. And like I say, I've got another cartridge only now because more recently I bought back another Starwing pack console, and it's come boxed with another cartridge of this. So yeah, I've got it 3 times now, but this one is my original one from back in the day. So number 5 is CD game. Now this one's piss easy. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do a jump cut. Jump cut! You're back in the room. So yes, question number 6 was CD game. So this one's quite easy for me. So yeah, behind me here, this is a cupboard dedicated to all my PlayStation 1 collection. But yeah, if we just open it up. So I'm not going to show you all of these because some of these games are like pickups that I haven't shown yet. So, but on this top shelf here alone, so apart from Gran Turismo's here and Ridge Racer and the first Tekken there, which is in the cardboard box, which I did have originally. I had all these games originally, but so from Tekken 2 up to up to actual hockey, they are all my original PlayStation games. There is some more on the lower, on the lower levels as well. Some of these are my original PlayStation games as well. So there you go, they're my originals. But also, if we just do quickly come over here, so jump cut again, jump cut. You're now on the other side of the room. So yes, if you want anything else that's original, this here is my entire original PS2 set. So yeah, this is the only full collection, my own collection that I still have from back in the day. Like when the PlayStation 2 was current gen, these was all my original games. None of these have been bought back in recent years. They're all original games bought when the PlayStation 2 was like new and current gen and stuff like that. So yeah, it's the only collection in my entire room out of all my collections that I still have that I never got rid of. So yeah, there you go. If you want to look at some of the games, there you go. All those are my original CD games. So there you go. That's the one. I've got that one covered. So number 6 is a music cassette, record, or CD that you still have, which is your original. Now, I've got in my bedroom, I've got a big box of all my original CD collection that I could have rooted through, but I want to do a CD collection kind of video on that at one time, and I couldn't really pick one out like at random, but I do have some music cassettes as well, and I'm really glad that this one was at my house because I only bought this up just before Christmas, so I'm lucky to have this to show you as well. But yeah, and that is a classic Now 32. So yeah, these are classic like albums, like they're still going today, aren't they? I don't know what, I think we're on like number 100 and something now, aren't we? Yeah, in America, you do have these in America as well, but they're on a lower number than us because we had them for like longer. So Now 32 in America will have like a whole different song, like list of songs on it, and it'll be from a different year. But yeah, this is the UK one, obviously, and this is from 1995. So yeah, we was already on 32 of these in 1995. But yeah, this isn't the earliest one I had. I did have Now 28 as well, I think, was the very first Now album that I ever got. But yeah, I remember buying this like it was yesterday. I bought it from Woolworths. And yeah, and at the time I didn't have a CD player because I didn't get my first CD player till a year later in 96. So yeah, everything I bought used to be on cassette. And yeah, this has got some classics on it. So Meatloaf, I'd Lie For You, and That's the Truth. Simply Red, Fairground, Coolio, Gangsta's Paradise, Blur, Country House, Oasis, Roll With It, and of course, Cassette 2, Side 2, track number 5, Wild Child, The Renegade Master, of course. But yeah, these are classics. I think just about everybody has probably had a Now album at some point in their life, and I just thought this would be a cool one to show. So Now 32. Number 7. So number 7 is board game. Now I have, again, in my mum and dad's loft, I have crates full of my old board games, like mine and my sister's old board games when we were young. But obviously I cannot show you them because I can't get up there to show you. But luckily enough, about 6 or 7 years ago, I did a video on some of the board games that I found. So I'm going to hopefully cut in some footage here of that video. And one game in particular that I'm going to pick out is a game. It was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, or Hero Turtle, because here in the UK it was called Hero Turtles. But yeah, it was a Turtles game, and I think it's called Tower. Oh, Tower Heist or something like that. Oh, I can't remember what it is. Basically, it's Kaplunk, but the Kaplunk is in the shape of like a skyscraper, and instead of marbles, when you pull the things out, which are swords, I do believe, instead of sticks, instead of instead of marbles, you get turtles come out of the bottom of it. I'm sure it's called Tower. Is it called Tower of Terror or something like that? You'll see it anyway. Hopefully there'll be footage on there that I've taken from that video that you can see. So there's proof of that one. I've actually got proof that I do own that one. So yeah, it's taken from another video, and I will link you to the actual video down below as well that I've took the footage from, so you can see that it is actually me in the original video showing it and stuff like that. Right then, so number 8 is a magazine or comic that you still have, which is your original. So yeah, again, if I could go back to my mum and dad's house, I could show you loads of different sorts of magazines, like PlayStation magazines. Yeah, PlayStation magazines. I could show you probably some like really old 90s FHM magazines. I could show you like car scene magazines, so like old Redline and Max Power magazines and stuff like that that I've still got from the 90s, a big box for them. But luckily enough, I do have one magazine here that is my original, that's actually made it to this place. So I do have a full set of these now as well, and that is thanks to Cassette Steve. Yeah, a listing came up on eBay and somebody was selling a full set of the magazines, but unfortunately it was local pickup only, and they lived down south. But luckily enough, it wasn't too far from Gashead Steve, so he got them for me and bought them to a meet for me. So yeah, it's cool. But yeah, one that I already had was this. So yeah, it's the Sega magazine, the official Sega magazine. Yeah, Britain's only official Sega magazine as well. So yeah, and it's this one with Knuckles on the front. But I always remember the reason why I bought it wasn't because of that. I mean, I used to buy a lot of these, which is why I wanted the full set when I saw it come up on eBay. But yeah, this one in particular, I remember buying it. It was for the Mortal Kombat 2 on 32X. So yeah, I was Mortal Kombat mad back in the day, and when I used to see Mortal Kombat and stuff like that, or Street Fighter on a magazine, like advertised on a magazine, then I used to pick it up just to buy the features, because to see if it had like the special moves and death moves and get the scoops on like new characters, secrets and stuff like that. So yeah, but that's one magazine of many that I do have that's original, but it's the only one that I currently have with me that I can show. So hopefully that's good enough. So number 9, again, I'm gonna have to cheat a little bit on this because it is a book. And again, if I was at my mum and dad's house, I could probably go up in the loft, dig through some boxes, and probably find an old child's book or something like that. But yeah, without going through them, I couldn't actually tell you what books I do have, like off the top of my memory. There's but one book in particular that I know that I do have, because I used to read it all the time, and I think I got it for Christmas as a stocking filler off somebody, like maybe one of my grandmas or something like that. Maybe late 80s, early 90s or something like that, and it was Aesop's Fables. So yeah, if I can get a picture, I can show you like what at least what it looks like. And yeah, Aesop, I think he was like, was he a Greek writer or something like that, an ancient Greek writer or something like that? He used to write fables and stuff, hence why it's called Aesop's Fables. And basically it's just a collection of fables, basically like little short stories which all have a kind of meaning to them, like so for instance, like The Boy Who Cried Wolf, the morals, there you go, they all have like morals to them. So like The Boy Who Cried Wolf was a moral about not lying, and the Hare in the Turtle is about not rushing, something about like slowly takes the winning place or whatever it was. Then I can remember 2 more as well. There was like I said, it was full of short stories, but two that stick out. There was one about two pots. One was made of clay and one was made of steel or something like that, and they're in a river. And the clay, the steel pot wants them to travel down the stream together, but the clay pot wants to separate himself because if they get hit by waves or rocks or something like that, or if they clash together, he's the only victim because he's made out of clay. But the moral of the story is something to do with teamwork, being a team and not separating yourself. And then the other one that I really remember was one called, I think it was called The Lion and the Mouse, and it was about, the moral of the story is about dependence or something like that. A lion catches a mouse, but he lets him go, and the mouse says, "I will repay you later on." And then later in the story, hunters catch the lion in a net, and the mouse comes along and gnaws through the rope on the net and sets the lion free. So yeah, it's all about trust or something like that, trust and dependence or something like that. So yeah, that's one book from childhood that I know I've still got somewhere. So yeah, but again, I cannot show you without being up there, unfortunately. So hopefully that will suffice. And now the last one is merchandise. Now I can't remember, I've just wrote down merchandise. Now I can't remember if Interghost said it had to be gaming related, or it could just be something retro or something from your childhood, some kind of merchandise or something like that. So yeah, this one I really had to wrap my brains for. Again, if I could get in that loft, maybe I've got like some old posters, maybe an old cup or something like that, a mug or something like that, which is merchandise. So I was trying to wrap my brains, and I was thinking all the merchandise that I've got here with me in my collection now is stuff that I've bought back and acquired over years. So none of it's my original. And then it hit me. I've got this. This is my original. And that is a PlayStation 1 demo disc. But why is it merchandise? Well, if I don't know if you can see it at the bottom. Will it pick up? But you should be able to see the Pizza Hut logo there. Just there, look. Can you see that? So yeah, this is Demo 1. Pizza Hut Demo 1. So yeah, they gave these out in Pizza Hut, and I believe it was like the late 90s, 98, 99 or something like that. And yeah, when you went to Pizza Hut or something like that, they gave you a disc. I don't think this is the original case for it actually though. I think it came in a cardboard sleeve originally. But yeah, this is something that I have had since then. So, and I can't tell you what's on the demo because if I've ever put this into the machine, then I can't remember ever doing it. So I think it was just something that got given to me free, and I've just kept amongst my PlayStation games all these years. So yeah, it's original and it's merchandise because it's Pizza Hut there, look. So there you go. So hopefully that's it. And hopefully that was a good enough response for you. Hopefully I've managed to show and get round some of the questions. Like I said, if I had access to my parents' loft, I would probably be able to show better stuff, but I just cannot get up there and show you stuff. And yeah, so hopefully this response will suffice. And yeah, like I say, it's an open tag, but I am going to tag at least one other person, and that person is Craig Super Quintendo. Basically, I'm passing this back as a favour because he tagged me in the 90s tag, so I'm tagging him in this one. Again, I totally understand though, mate, if you find it hard to do some of the questions. Like I said, I've struggled myself, so I totally understand if you can't do it. But if you can, please get on board and do it. And to anybody else who wants to get involved and check out Interghost's original video. And I will see you soon for a new video. See you then. Bye-bye.